So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. Today, I have two members from the band Prayer Group. They're like a punk noise rock band, and they just released their second album, Strawberry, last Friday, the 29th of Reptilian Records, and it's and you can stream it now. At least you can. I heard it today on Apple Music today. So we have two members from the band. We have Nate and Carl. So first of all, guys, how are you tonight?
I'm doing all right. Busy day, baby's asleep mostly, and now I'm just talking with you about music, and that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I forgot to. I forgot where are you guys from? I forgot to put it there. I know you're
Uh,
somewhere in the East Coast.
yeah, Carl and I live in Richmond, Virginia, which is like the state capital and real checkered past kind of place, but also a very punk and metal city. And then Anthony and Matt live in Norfolk, Virginia, like by the water. Matt might live in Virginia Beach. I don't know. It's bad. I
He's
don't.
in Norfolk.
He's in Norfolk. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything of it. Like I've been going there so long. I don't know where anything is out there. Yeah, I guess we're from Richmond and Norfolk.
Yeah, the first thing that stands out, obviously your name, Prayer Group. That's that's a name that you're gonna see and you're like, yeah, I wonder. Maybe they play some Creed covers. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, honestly, it's not caused us like real problems, but like a lot of people don't get that it's a joke. Like we get a lot of prayer requests on Instagram and Facebook. Like, and I feel bad. I shouldn't hate because a lot of it's like sad. Like people are like asking for help, but like they must not be looking at anything about our page and then just like asking for help. And some people do just straight up think we're like a Christian band. Like I don't I don't get it, but that kind of makes it funnier to me, although it might be costing us listeners, but
When you think about it, maybe when Lamb of God started, people probably thought they were a religious band.
yeah, I mean, I was listening to them in high school, and if you didn't look at the CD, there was some confusion, right? But I feel like everything else about them made it pretty clear where they where they are.
Yeah, at least their first name. That was that one. I know why they changed their first name that we have.
Burn
Yeah,
the priest.
Burn
yeah,
the
man.
exactly burn the.
Yeah, yeah. Lamb of God, also a Richmond band.
Yeah.
I know that's why. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I'm from.
used I
Yeah,
used to see one of them, one of the long-haired brothers, like with his little daughter at my first house in Richmond, just like walking around on a little bike, and I was like, oh, that's that guy from Lamb of God. They're just kind of like around. It's great.
just living their life. So,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about the history of Prayer Group. Tell us about how you guys got together and your influences and such.
Well, Carl is now our third bass player. We our first group, our original bass player, Judd and I had been in a band before, and then Judd had also been in a band with Matt, our vocalist, separately. And then some of our bands had played with Anthony's old band, and he had moved to Richmond, and everyone's old bands broke up, and somehow we ended up like playing together. And then, um, we've been a band for like more than 10 years now, which is crazy, but you know, life circumstances have kind of changed at different times, and um, you know, I think Carl's been in the band for what do you say, 4 years now?
Yeah. I think this month ish. It's been 4 years.
Yeah, it stuff goes fast, fast and slow. At first we were doing a little bit more like rock and roll stuff. I don't know. Our first tape is a little different, but it was fun. And then we kind of found our way into the noise rock thing, but also want to play punk stuff. People keep we were talking about this People keep like calling us hardcore in some elements that like we're really like not thinking about it that way. I don't know if they're saying that as like an adjective.
When I was
Um,
listening to the album, I didn't get the hardcore. I got more like a punk
yeah,
thing than hardcore.
yeah. I know it's been confusing, and genre stuff is so hard, like so people hear one thing and it makes sense to them, and so that's what it is. I don't even know.
It's music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's music. It's music. I don't know. The influences thing is hard.
I've always kind of just considered punk, metal, rock and roll. Like, I might use subgenres if I'm trying to specify what somebody sounds like, but I kind of use those things as a catch-all umbrella for anything that's like, loud, fast,
Yeah, and
you
your
know,
lead singer,
aggressive. To me, it's just like noisy punk music. So
Yeah, we'll kind of eat from all of it.
yeah,
and I think your lead singer does different because there's like the spoken words parts, and then there's this punkier part,
Mhm.
faster part. So there's a few difference like in what he does, and to me, that sounds like more punk because I think like Iggy Pop did like things like that where he
yeah.
goes faster, and then he the more like talkative thing. But yeah, this album is I think it's 8 tracks or 7 tracks and 25 minutes, if I'm not
Yeah, yeah, 7 tracks in like 24 or 25 minutes. So like
24 minutes. So it goes by super fast. I want to talk about the music video for PR Nightmare because it seems like it's like it wasn't like you guys are just playing and this dude is like I don't know, it's a restaurant. He's throwing out the stuff and just talking about. Tell me a little bit about that music video.
well, we shot that at our friend's restaurant in Virginia Beach called Love Song. Um, kind of because he's our homie and he was like down to let us do stuff there. And we're just like, what if the guy's listening to music in his headphones, but we're like there playing it. He's doing his job, he's doing all the stuff where they're playing it, and he takes his headphones out and we're gone. So like, you know, we kind of had this pretty loose concept, and he showed up in a cowboy hat and a crowbar shirt, and I thought that was awesome. And he did just kind of like do his job, and we just blasted him with the same track like for a couple hours. I kind of wish I had gotten video. I wasn't cheating. I kind of wish we had gotten footage of him washing his hands, because I realized when I like cut it together, it looks like he goes right from uh like taking the trash out to like cutting limes, and I was like, oh no, that's not how restaurants should work. And he was like, he's very on top of it, but I hope I didn't make him look too bad by editing that stuff together in the
But
bad way.
in another way, it looks more punk rock. Uh, but yeah, it's because it almost looks like it's a one continuous shot. But I'm like, no, it has to be edited.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't think about that. But yeah, I'm like, oh, he didn't wash his hands.
Yeah, I know. It was like he's like, all right, I'm gonna mop now. It's like, great, we'll play while you're mopping, we'll play while you're sweeping, while you're cutting limes. Yeah, thanks a lot to everyone else at Love Song who heard us play that song like 10 to 15 times that morning.
So it was an easy budget for that video. Who was doing the count? Who was recording?
That's my buddy Andrew Jasper, who I play in another band with, and we've known for a long time. Um, yeah, just doing stuff with our friends is really nice. I mean, like it would be cool to do like big budget stuff, but it's also like a lot of this is like, what do we have? What can we do with it? Like who's around, who wants to hang and make cool stuff? And that's very much what that video was. That was a punk video because we couldn't afford to spend too much money on it. So we had fun with our friends, and I think we got something pretty cool.
Good thing is that you had permission to play that because last year around October, I spoke with a band from, I think from Boston. I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but they did a music video where they just entered a supermarket and started filming with, and I asked them, did they, and no, they didn't know that they were filming until they kicked them out. They spent like an hour filming like footage of them walking around doing stuff in the supermarket, which was hilarious, but you had permission to be there.
Yeah. The owners are our buddy. And we played shows. It's a tiny room, but we played shows there a couple times where it's a tiny little space back there, but it's a lot of fun to cram people in.
Oh, I've been to tiny shows here in Puerto Rico in a space like that, and it's fun because it's like the band is in front of you. There's no stage.
Mhm.
Everyone is in the floor, like looking at each other, and it's like the purest form of like aggressive music, like just everyone in the floor together.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's my favorite. Carl, what do you?
Yeah, I think we've played there a couple of times, and both of those shows have been probably some of my favorite shows that I've been a part of. Maybe even like ever playing music. Anthony and Matt, like we said, they currently both live in Norfolk, which is right next to Virginia Beach, and where the restaurant is. And both of them are like grew up in that area, so between them and between us going down there, maybe playing there once or twice a year, like we just have a lot of friends in that area. And whenever we play down there, they're really good about everybody comes out and hangs out. And it's just this like the restaurant there. He's created a really nice vibe, and they have like great food, and it's just a really neat hangout spot. And I think both the shows there that we've played have been really relaxed, chill, like older crowd, just people like just trying to hang out and stay up late and drink some beers and listen to some music. And I think that's kind of our MO in general. A lot of shows we play, like we played a show the other night in Richmond where there was noticeably a lot of younger kids out, which is different for us. But it was nice because we were playing to some people that certainly hadn't seen us before. But it's also always nice to play for your friends.
I know it's tough. Like all ages shows are. I don't know. We we are getting older. We realize we played a lot of shows like at bars for like older crowds, and so we actually had a couple shows. I think the Philly show last week was also all ages, and it's
Yeah.
always cool. Like, whoa, like teenagers can come to this, and that's like a fun, different thing that honestly we should probably try to do more of. But
Plus, now it's cool to have mocktails.
Yes.
yeah. I mean, look, it's great if people want to get drunk and party at shows, and that's awesome. But like if they would rather not, it's great that it's not pushed on them, and there's other
Yeah,
alternatives.
Nat, and you know what, Nate and Carl, you know what's total BS? That the mocktails they're selling them as if they have alcohol in them. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah, that sometimes
I
they cost
saw
more.
I think it was a Hard Times article the other day. I think it was Hard Times, either Hard Times or The Onion. It was like
Oh yeah,
person, sober person or whatever uses mocktail as opportunity to spend $18 on a drink that doesn't even get him drunk or something like that. It was something like I've messed that up, but it was something along those lines. I thought was hilarious.
yesterday it was at the Hard Times, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, you can have mocktails, but please don't charge me like it has rum
Yeah.
or alcohol in it because it's just a juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$15 for like some pineapple juice and some ice.
Like,
Yeah, that's
$15, I want some alcohol in it.
pretty good business model, honestly. If you can make that money on that juice, okay.
Yeah, that's what I just think it's total BS, but it's good for people who want to have their mocktails, have fun with them. So
Yeah.
at those shows, since you have all types of ages, do you get like the drunken older guy that wants you to play Freebird?
We haven't heard straight
No.
up Freebird in a bit. We have definitely had drunken old guys at our shows. There was, there was someone that had to be like not carried out, but like walked out from VB a few weeks ago. But at certain like, I feel like you don't get the Freebird guy at like punk shows, but at certain bar shows, Yeah, that guy is still out here in 2025 asking for it, and we're just like, I'm not that good at guitar, man. I can't. I'm not gonna play that solo.
It would have been funny if the guy was escorted out and then they told him you had 4 mocktails.
Yes.
So
No,
you're not drunk.
yeah, you're just being. I mean, we have a long history of, just because someone's straight edge doesn't drink doesn't mean they're gonna be chill. We got plenty of people that are not
Exactly.
not
I'll be right. I'll be right back.
cool.
So yeah, no, I totally get it. So Nate, I know you write like riffs and stuff,
hmm
but do you like does the singer write the most of the lyrics, or does part of the band write the lyrics as well?
That's mostly Matt. I mean, like if he wants help, we'll chat about it. I mostly think that like in a collaborative group, you got to give people, and I know that not everybody like works this way, but at least for prayer group, like I want everyone to like do their own thing. And so I really try to like not, I mean, there's a little bit of like, if there's something that's like really sticking out that we don't like, we'll try to like, we'll talk about that. But I don't think that's ever really happened actually. Yeah, that's mostly Matt. We try to just let him do his own thing. Sometimes he wants some help with like, I don't know, like different ideas, or we talk about it, but like that's from him, and I want that to be like his thing. Like I know some bands have like someone that writes the lyrics, then somebody else performs it. Um, and I just can't imagine, I don't know, that doesn't like work in my brain the same way.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So the new album is called Strawberry, and I wanna show the artwork, which is pretty interesting because I'm like, if it is it a strawberry face or is it that condition that someone has face?
I
We
honestly have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know. So we disagree about like a lot of stuff, and so art is really hard for us. I mean, it's a lot of things. So when we like agree on stuff, it's like the end of a process. But like, I just found we didn't commission this. I found this picture, I think, on Instagram from an artist named Luke Lamarca, I think. I hope I'm saying that right because I've never like met him in person. And I just like we all agreed on this weird boy. We're like, yeah, we rock with this boy for some reason. I don't know if that's like a beef face. I don't think that's beef. I don't know. We don't know what we actually don't know what it is. And we just asked the artist if we could like pay him to use it, and he's been awesome. Like I don't
Did you ask him what is it?
no, I kind of like not knowing. Although I think it is like his childhood picture. I think underneath that, that's the artist. But then, yeah, I don't know what the face is.
Yeah, it kind of. I'm like, is it a strawberry, or is it that that weird condition that you? But I don't. It's like
Yeah, like it could be warts. It could be like
look
messed
like
up
a
meat.
strawberry.
I
And
don't, I don't know, but it
I think we all like it was pretty. I think when we all saw that, Nate sent it to the group, and I think we all kind of simultaneously were like, "Yep, that's the cover,"
that's something, all right.
without like too much discussion, which doesn't, like Nate said, doesn't happen very often. I can speak for myself, but I feel like the others sort of agree. I don't know what it is. It kind of makes me uncomfortable to look at. But I think that that's what makes it very interesting. And it's certainly something that, like, once you see it, you're going to remember it and probably think about it.
yeah, because I had to look. I'm like, it's not a strawberry.
No, there on the record, on the back, there is a strawberry in the same place where the head is. So if you like flip it back, like the back is definitely a strawberry. But we couldn't tell you what the front is. And yeah, I mean, I guess I could ask. I'm not gonna ask.
It's funny because I used to when I was young, they took pictures of me this way. Only they show my face, but
Yeah.
but This really looks like those 70s, 80s, like pictures that they took at Sears.
Yes, the portraits.
Yeah, there's definitely. Yeah, I've wondered about that like real tree looking background. You know, it looks a little. Uh, I don't think it's supposed to look like camo. I think it's like a backdrop of like a
No,
lake or
no, no, no.
something.
Back in the days, because I'm old, I'm in my 40s. They had like a backdrop, and then they made you see it, and they're like, "Okay, laugh," and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
"Your mom's like, I'm paying $20 for this. Please laugh." Uh,
yeah.
I remember that was an event to take you to take pictures, and I had one like with an apple and stuff like that. So I saw a picture. I'm like, that looks like the pictures that they took of me when I was younger. Even that clothes that your parents put you, that you're like, why did you dress me like a dork?
Yeah.
Yeah, kids' clothes is just kind of there's not a lot of like cool kids' clothes. And I think when you're like self-aware, but you're still like a kid, you're stuck where it's like, oh, I don't like how this looks, but you can't like change it. Um, I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
my
Now they make little kid Vans and little kid Nirvana t-shirts and stuff, but at the time no one was doing that.
oh yeah, yeah. Every time I see a young kid with a Nirvana shirt, I ask him to name me 3 songs.
Yeah. And it's
My
like an actual baby, like they can't speak
boys
it.
were actually like, name me 3 songs. My kids know because they see my vinyl collection, so they one of them thought that the Nirvana baby was them. I'm like, no, that was
Oh,
way back 1991. That wasn't you. Uh, but yeah, but my son puts his shirts backwards sometimes. So I'm like, no, you have to put him this way. Yeah, I think it's a cool artwork, and it makes you like look, and it's a conversation starter.
for sure. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you should,
And I
if you frame that in your house, people will be like, what the hell is that?
yeah, maybe we should make some like prints and people can just put it up on the wall. I don't know. We could let the artist decide
So
on this, but
the album, there's different themes, but the name, is there a story behind the name Strawberry for the record?
uh,
Um,
kind of
sort of.
it's
So
messy.
I was, long story short, like a friend group of mine used to have this inside joke where we would call we would call people who generally, um I don't want to say lame or uncool because I'm both lame and uncool, but like
Soft
folks,
maybe.
kind of, it's like a mixture of being sort of soft, definitely sensitive, um, can't hang, complain a lot about like trivial things. Um, we would call them strawberries. And I don't, that's just the word that was used. And so it'd be like, man, that guy is always whining about like dumb stuff. He's such a strawberry. And like, those are all things that all people do at some point. Like, there are moments where I have certainly epitomized being strawberry. Um, but I was telling, we were hanging out one time, and I was telling the guys about this, and for whatever reason, um, I think it clicked with Matt, who, I don't remember where he was in the lyric process. I think he was in the middle of it, and some of the songs weren't finished yet, and some of them were half finished, and he, at least this is based on what he's told me. So I think I can speak for him pretty accurately. Um, a lot of the lyrics for this record, he was exploring like a lot of self doubt, a lot of like imposter syndrome, um, feeling like you're the one who's kind of like bitching about something that isn't a big deal, but it makes you feel better, like all these kinds of thoughts, and just like, am I the strawberry, like, crap, like, I don't want to be that person. And some of it is like, a lot of it is what society kind of puts on us, like, you can't complain about stuff that's trivial, you can't, like, you can't share your feelings with other people because it's, rude, or you can't be honest about things, which is all kind of crap also, like, truly. So it's kind of like this whole, you know exploring all of that, and being kind of vulnerable, and um the kind of hypocrisy of, like, we are those things, and it's kind of bullshit to not be allowed to express those things, but at the same time you will be sometimes the first one to, like, talk trash on others who are doing it too, like, when it's not you. And, like, that's kind of, I mean, I think we're all guilty of it. So I that's, like, kind of where it's at. I added, I think, some of my own thoughts in there too, but for some reason, like, that just stuck with Matt, and he was like, that's the record title, like, that's gonna be what I focus on. And so that was kind of those were kind of his themes that he worked on through the rest of the songwriting process.
Yeah, I was labeling files Strawberry Boy forever, and then someday Matt was just like, just Strawberry. And I was like, what? He's like, it's just Strawberry. And I was like, okay. And then
Strawberry Boy.
it kind of like settled in.
Yeah, sounds like you're doing Strawberry Fields forever.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's a cool, like, so basically it's like the equivalent of a Karen. But
Maybe.
Sure.
no, 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 no. I think it's deeper than that. But yeah, I was wondering because there's a song called Strawberry on the record. So do you guys have, like, and everyone can chime in, like, do you have like a favorite song that you have right now from the record?
It might, for me, it might be Strawberry, or I don't know. I really, there's a couple, like, I like PR Nightmare because I'm a big punk guy and I love short, fast punk songs. So it was fun to have a song like that. Concern, I think, is really cool. That song kind of came together in the studio. It was sort of like mostly written, but not totally finished, and we kind of finished it. I just love the groove of the chorus of that song. I think just hits super hard and is fun to play. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be Strawberry. That song was probably the most difficult one to put together. We had parts of it pretty early on, and we were just, that one we really were just working on and working on and working on and working on, and changing and altering. And what if we did this for 2 passes instead of 4? And, like, and it was pretty painful at times to write, because it just felt like it was never going to get somewhere that we were happy with. And then when it finally did and clicked, it was like the best feeling. And I like kind of how hard it goes.
Yeah. And it's funny, like I think we started that song to just write, like, what if we had like a dumb riff, like a really easy, slow, big dumb riff, and then it just got like so complicated outside of that one riff. But yeah, I mean, also like that's a song that leaves a lot of room. Like, we've always been a really, like, impatient band where we're just like rushing, like cramming stuff in and going to the next thing and the next thing. And so I really like that song, like, leaves a lot of space for mostly like bass and vocals sometimes. But yeah, parts of that were really hard. There's some like math parts in that song that I can't explain. I just like know how to do it after grinding it for a long time. I think that would probably be my favorite also, although I'm like really excited about all the songs and I really like playing all of them live. I don't know. I'll stick with Strawberry.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a cool song, and it's a it's a short album that it flies by quickly at 25 minutes. So the album by Prayer Group Strawberry is out now on Reptilian Records. Do you have physical copies, CDs?
Uh, we do have 10-inch records, um, which is cool because it's not like because it's when I sent the files to Reptilian, he was like, this could be a 10-inch. And I was like, that's cool. I've never done that. I don't think I don't even know if I own a 10-inch from somebody else. Like it's a kind of an oddity. But the timing of it just kind of worked and he was down to do this weird packaging. So it's like, you know, just a slightly smaller LP. Um, but he did some with some really cool like translucent pink wax that looks great. Um, so yeah, you can buy that from him. That's currently the only physical copy, and then maybe when we're getting closer to those being gone, we'll do cassettes or something.
Okay, awesome. So you guys said that you were playing some shows. Any upcoming shows that you guys are playing?
Not at the moment. Our schedules are brutal and tough right now. So we're looking at later this year, in Virginia to try to do something. And then honestly, we kind of already got to look towards 2026 and just book like way far out to make anything happen. But we've been pretty regularly playing on the East Coast, Philly, Baltimore, New York, and New Jersey. Like I feel bad that we can't really get much further away, but it's really hard to to get, it's the West Coast or wow, it's the long drive states. But we're kind of talking like maybe we got to learn how to like do fly gigs where we could like fly someplace and play that way so we can get to some new places. Um, but yeah, for right now, stay tuned, and then maybe 2026 we'll do some more.
So you gotta tell your fans, do not send thoughts and prayers. Send money.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like
If you want it,
prayers.
Crowdfund the tour.
yeah. Send money to Reptilian Records for the LPs so that he will be happy and keep making them for us.
Exactly. Not the thoughts and prayers, people. Money.
Yeah.
Cash.
Or give money to people that need it. Like donate to good things. Don't just pray about it.
Yeah.
Please.
That's a good plug for you guys there.
Yeah.
Where can people follow? Can they follow you on? Are you active on Instagram?
Yeah, we're not always active on Instagram, but we are right now. And I'm trying to be better about it. I'm just like not a social media brain person. Like, but I'm staying posted right now. But we're at Prayer Group RVA, all one word. RVA is Richmond, Virginia. So Prayer Group RVA on Instagram is where we're at, and we'll be posting there for a bit.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Then you post there on Instagram, and then you find out it's not cool anymore. Now the kids are using something else.
Yeah,
It's always changing. Yeah.
the kids are on TikTok. I'm not making that jump, man. I'm too old. I don't get it. I'm
hate
not
it.
going to. That's fine.
Like people say that, like if have you seen Facebook? They're like, oh, you're so ancient.
Yeah. I mean, I know some bands, like I know Deftones has had a big like resurgence on TikTok. Because like I used to teach high school and there would be kids and they'd be like, wait, you know Deftones? And I'm like, I was 13 in 2000. Like, of course well, why do you know Deftones? So like it's on TikTok. And I'm like, I'm happy. I'm glad kids are finding loud music and still like rock bands and punk bands and music with guitar. I just like
You
I'm just not gonna make that jump, man. How many social media sites? I book tours on MySpace, Like I can't.
you know
I don't think I got another one in me.
hit a nerve because I'm still waiting for my Deftones pre-order.
Oh yeah,
Order it from the band, and I've seen people that they ordered from the band and got it sooner. I'm like, damn it.
yeah. Do y'all have is this man USPS up here has been not great. Lately, it has gotten noticeably worse since I don't know something happened in the last several years.
What happened? No,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry if your record is delayed. I'll send you a record and we'll see if it gets there before Deftones does.
It's getting this Saturday, but yeah, no, it's cool that like it's getting a resurgence. But yeah, I hate TikTok too. So yeah, so I would recommend Prayer Group if you like punk, noisy music. That's to the point. You can check them out. Strawberry is out now. You can stream it, or also you can maybe on Bandcamp as well.
Yeah.
Or Reptilian Records. I'm sure I got the link in the promo that I can put here for people who wanna support you guys.
And I can send you whatever.
Yeah. So before I let you guys go, like anything you like to say to the people before we go?
Just take care of yourselves. Take care of your friends and family. I mean, that's it's a crazy world out there. Always is, but it just feels particularly wild right now. Just do what you can to get away from it sometimes.
Yeah. Also, I want to. We went to a vegan Puerto Rican restaurant in Philly the other day.
Wait, vegan Puerto Rican restaurant?
Yeah,
I know. I was surprised as well.
What the hell is vegan Puerto Rican food?
I think there was a lot of like beef replacement with like other things and some like beans and possible meat and stuff.
Did they have mofongo?
I don't remember. I know what I remember. It was extremely good, and we were very excited about it. We were just kind of pointing at things on the menu, like, yeah, give me some of that and some of this one. Hector, will you correct me if I say this wrong?
Sure.
Okay, Casa Borinqueña.
Casa Borinqueña. You said it pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't pretend, but yeah, Casa Borinqueña in Philly. Great job vegan Puerto Rican food.
Nice.
I was eating the Tres Leches cinnamon roll for like a whole day. I was just snacking on it. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah. Well, I'm like there had to be some rice and beans.
Yes.
Some
rice and beans. There was some plantains.
Oh yeah, we have plátanos and yeah, like I had a lot of seafood this weekend. In the weekend, we have something mofongo, which is
that's what I had. That's what I had.
Yeah, but usually here mofongo it's with some meats or I'm guessing you can put like organic stuff too, but also with I had it with like some like octopus and some fresh shrimp. It was good.
Mine had like veggie beef in it. You could put a few different things inside of it, but I went with the beef, and then it had some sauce on it that was fantastic.
So the sauces were hidden now. I don't know what they were, but they were great.
Yeah, no, I like Puerto Rican food, but yeah. So Casa Borinqueña in Philly. I've been to Philadelphia, but no, I didn't eat there. How long have they been there?
I think they just opened.
They seemed newer.
Yeah.
Maybe the next music video.
Yeah.
Please let us play it.
Yeah, only in restaurants from here on out.
Only in restaurants. Yeah, no. Yeah. At least some good restaurants. So yeah, so guys, I had some fun chatting tonight. So the album is out now. So people, it's out now. You can stream it. You can buy it and support more underground bands. So they can get to more people because of your support. So again, like Nate, Carl, thank you for taking some time to chat with me from Virginia to Puerto Rico.
Thank you
For
having
sure,
us,
man.
Hector. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you having us.
Of course. So until next time, couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.